Hello, how are you? It's literally been, gosh, it's been over a week since I've been live. I'm so glad to be with you guys today. I have some new stuff I want to show you. We actually released some stuff yesterday, but I was getting back in the swing of things and getting your orders cut that you you placed in the shop while I was out of town. Wasn't really on vacation, but it is a vacation from business, but I was still working, so I don't call it. It was amazing to be away. Anyway, I put some scarecrows in the shop. And we're gonna paint some of them right now. So let's see. Let's pull them up. What am I doing here? What am I doing? It was really good to be away, you guys. Last week was a heavy week. It's just going on into right this week too, because that's just the state of the world right now. And after I paint these, I might give you some thoughts. Okay. I might give you some thoughts. Not necessarily on things that are going on in the world, but mostly just things that are like what's going on in your life that when you're sharing with the world. Okay. What does that look like? How are you showing up and sharing with the world? Your not necessarily your voice. Um, I mean, yes, but it's not about us. Okay. It's sharing God's love. Okay. So, how are you doing that? How are you showing up? And you know what? I have some fun stuff that I'm even going to share with you about the scarecrows. Let me make sure I can see comments here. Hello, Angel. Hello, Cheryl. It's been so long since I've seen you guys, I feel like. I haven't been live in a week. Crazy, crazy. All right, let's put these together so we can know what we're painting here because they're all mixed up in the bag. So this is what we're painting today. We're going to use some paint markers, paint pens, and we're going to bring these cuties to life because I seriously can't wait. If you get our door hanger of the month, this door hanger, oops, that goes there. That goes there. This door hang, these match the door hanger. These match the door hanger. You got your replacement fleeces and your subscription boxes. Yay, yay, yay. Thank you for letting me know, Maureen. Um, anyway, so if you have this door hanger, this little 12-inch round, um, it the little scarecrow matches. So everything that we released this week is actually, hold on. I don't think that's the right hair. All right, let's figure this out. Apparently, I can't talk and concentrate on this stuff at the same time, I guess. I don't know. Apparently, that must not go on there. All right. So actually, there are about four pieces that um, all match. All the little scarecrows match. And I just absolutely love it. We've been talking a lot about scarecrows this month. Let's see. Let's do her. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. I've missed you guys. I really have. It's crazy the relationships that we form online and they are very special. I will always defend when if anybody is like, "Oh, you can't really form friendships online." Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And this little community is absolutely amazing with that. This one goes that way. This one goes this way. I don't know where these go. I wonder if that's an extra. Well, apparently not because there's more. Let me make sure I'm seeing where they go. Oh, I remember where they go. These go behind their hands. So we glue these on behind their hands, just like this. Hold on. Just like this. So it looks like they have their little hands coming out. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. Might be fun. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Robin. It's so good to see you. So definitely make sure you stay till the end because I'm going to give you some of my thoughts on some things and how, how I show up, because ultimately I can only um, help you once I've learned through my experiences and vice versa. So All right, zooming in a little bit more. I don't know that we're going to be able to. Actually, we are. Look at there. Look at there. Good job. All right, so these go behind their arms. This is what we're going to paint. And we have lots of paint, but we're going to be using, I think I'm going to use these acrylic markers. These are in my shop. I don't, I use lots of acrylic markers and just, this is the lid. They are in my shop on Amazon, but I think I just use them for different things. Some, you know, let's see. I want a really good brown. And actually, we might be using two different things in markers, actually. So these are more like watercolor to me. Not really watercolor, but kind of like water. All right, let's go ahead. I got the brown out. So let's paint everything that we are going to paint brown. Let's do that. So this is going to be brown. Oh, I zoomed in and then I didn't go back to comments. Let's go over here and chat with you guys. Hello, Roxy. It is good to see you too, my friend. You need some new markers. Yours are sadly getting icky. Man, that does happen, doesn't it? Make sure this is the right brown I want, though. I just pumped it out and it might be a little bit, I think we'll go with it. We're going to also be sanding. So I really like using the markers on, did I already cut one of those? It's fine. I really like using markers on these smaller pieces and then using sandpaper to just dress them a little bit. Hello, Lois. How are you? Oh, Rita. So you guys need to make sure that you are in our free public group. Okay. That's where you get to share all your creations. And so make sure you're over there. And I just released a 10% off coupon if you are over there. Free 10% off coupon for you that expires tomorrow. So hop over there. I actually didn't even pull the link for you guys. I wasn't even planning on telling you that, but it just kind of was like, hey, y'all need to be over there. There's some fun stuff. Um, it's not the VIP group, but it is very much that's where you get to share all your creations. So if you get any projects from the shop, you do anything, or you take a technique that maybe I've taught you and you can share it all over there to inspire people. And also you go over there and get inspired because there's lots of stuff. And I want to encourage you guys to share because that's really, that's what makes this more of a closer community. I mean, when we are all sharing with each other, not just me sharing with you, but when we're all sharing with each other, it just makes it a much better community in my mind. I don't know. Some other people may have different ideas, but that's what we like to do here. All right. This brown actually is going to look good. I thought when I did it, it was going to be a little bit too red, but I think I really like it. Let me, so as always, I actually gave my other light to my son. So he took one of my lights from in here. And, depending on the time of the day, it's always, the lighting is always off. All right. So this is part of his hat. We're going to paint this brown. I'm going to pull everything that I'm painting brown off. How was everybody's weekend? Like I said, man, it's been heavy. And I do know from doing the pumpkin door hanger, what's that code? It's inside the VIP or it's inside the Ruffle Daisy Creative Lifestyle group. Here, I'm just going to pop it in the comments here real quick. I'll share that group with you. And if you are not a member of that group, you do have to request to join. But it's free. I just have to, I let people in. Here you go. And you can join it. And it is posted in there. There we go. You just finished a lighthouse 30 minutes ago. How fun. Share it. Share it, share it, share it. All right. So we got this brown, and I'm going to remind you, just like we did the door hanger, when I was painting that one, I forgot a certain part of it and had to go back and do it. And so just remember that right here, see his hair sits right here. So that's the underside the brim of his hat. So don't forget to do that. I forgot to paint that until the very end on the last one. Everything was painted and I was gluing it all together and I was like, oh, forgot that. So don't do that. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. Being away was good. Oops, got a little bit too close. I might have to stand that outside. It was good to be away. There's pros and cons about being away from home. Doing like being where I was. I've run this business for quite a while now. And you know, you in order to grow as a business owner, grow as a person, and grow as anything, you have to put yourself in positions to learn. I mean, that's just all of us. Anyway, I do learn. My husband's like, you just go have fun. Well, I do, but we are also learning too. And we talked about our Danielle had brought someone in, and we talked all about our nervous system and how your central nervous system plays a part in absolutely everything that we do in our life, from our thoughts to our emotions to our actions. So that was really interesting to see. And I'm not going to lie, it was a little bit emotional. Like, I mean, I had some tears about some things. And so then I'm like, oh, maybe this is something that I need to look at. Um, but we all have that, right? We all have places we're trying to do better in. It was really good. It was very, very good. And not just the learning. Danielle from Imperfect Dust, if you know her. I mean, let's just talk about all the businesses that are in there. And man, I'm going to have to be pulling from memory. I've been in the group. Yes. Anyway, let's see. Danielle, the mentor, she's the one who kind of brought everybody together. Um, she's amazing. She has Imperfect Dust. She is a Christian hand letterer and a business coach. And so she's pretty amazing. If you want to grow closer to Jesus, you need to give her a follow. If you want to learn hand lettering, you need to give her a follow. Because I don't do either of those. Well, I do the first one. I mean, I share Christ with you guys, but she does it absolutely amazingly. A great woman, an awesome woman of God, I guess I should say. So that's that one. Let's see. Let me see what else I need to paint these brown. I think that's it. Brooke, everybody knows Brooke. If you don't, you should know Brooke from Refabbed and the Refab Boutique. She's a dear friend. I have been in a mastermind with her for 2 years now, and it's she's a dear friend. It's not someone that you talk to every day on the phone, but again, a great woman of God and mentor, friend, all the things. And if you guys didn't hear, let me just tell you, her boutique clothes are adorable. I have a lot of them. I have a lot of them. You ordered these yesterday. I know. I just pulled them off the laser, Diane. Danielle is amazing. Rita, that is a thing. PTSD is definitely a thing. And so it's definitely something you should look into with your central nervous system for sure. Oh, thank you, Rita. Anyway, so Brooke owns the cutest boutique ever. And she I'm gonna pull a bunch of different colors of yellow because we're gonna do their hair, and I'm not sure which color is gonna look the best. So we might just try a few out. The Refab Boutique. She's having her grand opening, and oh my goodness, I wish I could drive down there. If I wasn't out of town this past week with all of them, I would have definitely flown to Tennessee to see. Is it Tennessee? No, Mayfield, Kentucky. Um, yeah, check her out. She's got the cutest clothes ever. Or how are these the only yellows? There's a yellow. But I was wanting one. Let me just pull this closer. I want one that's kind of orange. Not really orange, but I don't know. Check out some blending. All right, let's do their all of the fur. The ooh, that's a good one. Let's see what this one. No, that's too bright yellow. Well, that one might be good for. It feels dry. Oh well. All right, let's get all the hair. We have these down here. We have his up here. We have all of these. We have these, and we have these. There we go. Actually, we should do the face first because then we can get some of these out of the way. You already have lots of guidance. Which markers are you using? I like the brown. It's kind of reddish. Yeah, and I wondered if it was going to be too red, but I think it's going to be really good once I sand them down as well. These are the Thule Art. Yes. Cheryl's addicted to refab. I love everything they have, and I've had to put a halt on it, right? Um, this, however, is to I'm trying to find his face color, but I'm not sure that I'm gonna find his face color because we might have to paint his face. Let's go ahead and do it. We're gonna use this warm buff. And I think actually this might sound crazy, but I'm gonna add a smidgen of pink. Smidgen of pink. We'll see what that smidgen does. Yes. Anyway, they're having their grand opening, and I'm like, "Ooh, I want to see what kind of grand opening goodies they have." And they're only doing like everything that is at the grand opening is it's not online. You have to be in person to get it. So that's cool. But I won't get any because I can't go. So I have this thing. Do you ever so I have an issue with overcommitting myself sometimes, and I'm trying not to do that. Because here's the thing, I want to show up at each thing fully. And it used to be where I would commit and be like, "Hey, yeah, I'll do that." And I wasn't giving it full attention. We've all had that. These are so cute. Anyway, I'm saying all that. Um, I've been invited to a Bible study, and I've been invited, which is a very, very intensive Bible study. I've been invited to another thing, and I'm just making sure, like, when you pray to God and you're like, okay, where can I be of service? Where can I learn more from you? Where can I, like, you ask all these things, and then he gives opportunities. And my thing is, you don't always have to be like, oh, grab this opportunity, and this one. And then you're so overwhelmed that you're not giving each of those things 100%. Um, so then I feel like, okay, man, which one does he want me to pick first? Anyway, so I'm trying to not commit myself to too much. And that's hard to do. That's hard to do. All right, I think this was a good color for them. I mixed a little bit of warm buff with a pink cactus flower or something. It was an apple barrel paint and a deco art paint. Oh, we need to do her eyelashes too. Now, if you would have used a sponge on this, and I could have kept the paint out of this, but that's fine. We are going to have to make sure these, well, darn, maybe I should have, because we need all these. I should have used a sponge on this, you guys. I forgot that you need all to see all of these. None of these are there just for placement. These all cute. These little scarecrows are just my favorite. When I decided I wanted to do scarecrows, I was like, here's the thing. Have you? Well, maybe you have, but I haven't. I don't think I've ever seen a scarecrow in real life. Like, I'm trying to remember. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I have a terrible memory. So there's that. I don't think I have. And if I really think about all the pumpkin patches I've been to, I feel like I would have seen one. But anyway, I don't remember that I've seen a scarecrow before. And so it's not like, I don't know, it wasn't like I loved scarecrows. But as we've been doing them this month, I've just learned a lot about them and, how they are protectors and guard your heart. You can tie it to guarding your heart. We did a special training inside the Dream Makers group about it, and it's just helped me. I mean, I think I like scarecrows now. I think I love scarecrows. Because man, there's so much that we can learn from them. All right, I'm gonna use this is it's the Thule art, and I'm gonna do all of their hair. She does have like a little ponytail thing, and I'll probably do something different on that. It does. It keeps birds out of your garden. I mean, there are lots of benefits to. This is kind of bright, but we're gonna sand it down. So these are gonna be so cute, actually, with this bright stuff. Here, let's do this. Oh, it's right here. Let me just put these on a piece of tape so they don't go wandering around. You want and get signs at least. I believe that. Amen. I do. She's coming to North Indiana. You're meeting with your twin, Rita. Well, that's exciting. That's exciting. I hope you have an amazing weekend. All right, let's draw on these now. There we go. Anyway, there's just so much that we can learn about scarecrows for sure. So I always thought that, if someone used paint pens on their entire piece, I always thought it was lazy. But I don't think that. I don't think that anymore because it's just a different medium, and you can get so much, you can get a different look from paint pens than you can get from acrylic paint. I mean, this is acrylic paint, but you know what I'm saying. I never used to be a fan of paint pens, but I love them on certain projects. So one thing when you're doing this, you still want to go like the same way like you would on a grain of wood. When you're painting with acrylic and your brush strokes go one way. Unless you're doing a cool technique, they're typically going in one way. So you have to do the same thing with paint pens. Otherwise it will look cheap and scribbly. And you don't want that. All right. So this little cutie comes with both of the little scarecrows. And like I said, they do match our door hanger of the month. You won't be able to get the door hanger of the month after this month. So if you want one, you got to grab it. There's a couple options. You can get the subscription or just the one time, but it won't be available after this month. These will still be in the shop. But they're so cute. There are several pieces that match, and that has been the focus that we have been doing all month. Does anybody remember if you're in the and I've talked about it here on the main page too. I've written about it. Does anybody remember the scripture, the one scripture that goes with our training for the month? Leanne, you could just brush brown over them and wipe it off with a baby wipe. Yes, like the stain. Absolutely. I could have done that. Now, why I didn't do that, I don't know, but I could have done that. It's at a weird angle. I guess I didn't pay attention to how I was laying them down on the tape. Does anybody remember? So we have had a scripture focus this month, when we've been talking about the scarecrows. Proverbs 4:23. I love that, Rita. Isn't that amazing when most twins are the total opposite? That's funny. Oh, wonder why he's always barking. Who knows? The dog barks at everything now. I'm telling you. She barks at everything now. I think part of it is getting old. Like, not getting old for me, but her getting old. I'll deal with it. All right. So, what do we want to do now? I think you mean the yellow to darken it up a little bit. Absolutely. Yellow. Yep. Yep. All right. Let's do, let's pick what color. We still have all these pumpkins and stuff to do too. All right. So, let's pick what color we want his shirt and her dress and this. Okay. Because those are all done. Let's push those to that side because they're all done. And the scarecrow on duty. Here, let's do this with that one and we'll get it out of the way. Because, oh, it was UPS. UPS packages went out. If you got a notification today from UPS, they are on their way. They are on their way. All right. I'm going to do this the same color as I did as their face. Because this is going to go on the brown little post stand that we did. There we go. So that's done. All right, let's figure out what color. I think I really like this color. I do. Look at that. I like that color for her, but I also want some lighter. And so I think. Oh, that's going to be too. So I want a little bit of a lighter color because I'm going to do the darker color here and the lighter color. So we need a lighter color to match that. Actually, that looks super pretty. That might be the one. Orange and yellows. Let's see. I need these like to where I can see the tips of them. I need to put these in a holder. That's going to be much better. All right. Here's the plan. Let's do her first. And we have our hat here and our hat here. All right. So we're going to do her little dress here. We're going to do it in this color. Kind of a purple. And it's okay if I go up in the, I don't have to stay out of that line because her little hair is an overlay. So it's going to cover that up completely. I don't know that I shook this before I used it. It's coming out pretty good, but probably should have shaken it. Oh, We got a little piece that didn't come out on the laser. There we go. So if you are in the Dream Makers group, we will be live tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Okay, because I remember last week I was out of town. So we'll be live at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then we'll be doing something fun here on the page tomorrow night at 7. And then Thursday, if you're in the VIP group, Thursday is our canvas paint night, which I'm super, super excited about. It is a little bit pink, but it's more purple. The camera's making it look a little funky, but sitting at the car dealership for inspection. Well, I'm so glad you are passing time with me, my friend. Okay. So for the rest, we're going to use a light color. That might seem a little crazy, but I promise it's going to look so cute. I think we're going to do this one because let's try it. And then we're going to take this color and then we're going to do some blending. Okay. Let's wipe off the little part here because I'm using a lighter color marker. And so I definitely don't want any of those char marks on here because then it'll just make my markers dirty. All right. Now this may take a couple coats. Maybe. I like the Thule art ones for coverage a little bit more. And again, certain colors cover better than others. So we might do a couple coats here. We'll see. It's going to look cute though, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to burnish around the edges. And we need this one. Let's dry it a little bit. This one's still a little bit wet from my baby wipe. And it would probably be fine, but let's just dry it just in case. Going to go with friends from out of town, and I put it on Friday. But yes, I'll be live at 10 on Friday. Oh yeah, we need to do the net in purple too. Thank you for that, Lorraine. All right, so that doesn't need 2 coats. It dried very beautifully. It dried very beautifully, so that's good to know. I always, always, always forget something. I mean, these pieces have lots of pieces, and so I always forget something, I feel like. All right, we're going to do her button a different color. I'm not sure what color yet, but actually we should probably do it the purple color. We should definitely do that. This is a lot of coverage with this paint pen. Hopefully I have enough. We'll see how it turns out. Yeah, it's a lot of coverage. So I like this is a pretty big spot for a brush like this. It's going to be fine, but so that's what I mean when I say like liking certain paint pens over other paint pens for different reasons. But it looks good. You can't even tell. All right. So we have those. This is going to be so cute. And then let's do this. Actually, let's do our burnishing first. So if I'm going to burnish with my paint pen, it is a little bit more difficult than using acrylic paint, but I need that exact color. And so I want to use my paint pen. So I'm going to just put a bunch out here. I'm going to put a big puddle of it. Okay. I got a puddle of it. So now we can burnish with it. Okay. And a little goes a long way when it's a paint pen. And actually, it's probably my favorite way to burnish. Just know that the paint pen dries pretty fast. And so you might want to take it in like not put a ton of it out right at the beginning because it dries really fast. Maybe do it in stages. This is so cute. Oh, I just dropped some. Um, it was his little bottom to his pants. You love paint pens for projects like this? Yes. All right. Now, I still got some that's wet. Thank goodness. Let's do her little piece on her hat. And I'm going to do both sides. I don't think I picked up any. There we go. Oh, this is going to be so adorable, you guys. You tried stenciling the other day and need practice. So what happened? There is practice to stenciling, just like there's a practice to the burnishing, just like there's practice to lots of things. So where can I help you? Like, where did you struggle? This arm is still wet. It looks discolored a little bit. I don't know why. I'm not sure what happened with that, but let's do this. We're gonna cover, let's just give it one more coat because that looks not sure what happened. I'm gonna sand it too, but hey, that's better. That's much better. Hello, hello, my friends. I'm so glad you guys are here. Miss Miller. All right. So let's do this. Look how cute this is looking. See how it's coming together? All right. Now what color should we do his? And we're going to add more stuff for sure. Because I'm going to put some polka dots on her too. Let's go ahead and do that. Oops. So we're going to do a little polka dots. And I'm just going to kind of go like, let's go ahead and move her face so I can see this. And we need to do them here. So cute. Oh my goodness. Now this one's going to be a little bit bigger circles. Isn't that so adorable? That's so adorable. Let's do some polka dots on, not that part. Let's do it on the top part of her hat. There we go. That is so cute. Oh my goodness. Look how cute our little scarecrow is turning out. She's the cutest thing ever. Oh my goodness. Let's get, while we have some of this paint from her face, let's go ahead and paint their legs. Yep, you can see the bottom of their legs. So let's go ahead and get that done. And we'll paint his. All right. Who's loving this? Who is loving this? Because if you can't, these aren't cute, then I don't know. These are stinking adorable. My goodness, I love them. All right. You know what else we forgot? We forgot her little things from her arms. Here it is. Let's go ahead and paint those. Or these are the ones that were on her feet. See, I always forget pieces. Oh, I never finished talking to you guys about the people at the mastermind. So Brooke, we stopped at Brooke and then got distracted again. Um, y'all know Nicole from Afraid Not. That's who makes the paint that I use. Um, sweet, sweet friend. I absolutely adore Nicole. And then we have Carrie from A Pinch of Salt. She lives in St. Louis. So she's only about 4 hours from me, but we don't see each other as much as we should. Um, Sweet, amazing human being. I love Carrie. And then we have Candy from Frames That Change, our picture caddy, which by the way, we are doing a special event next Friday with her, with a bunch of other creators, with the picture caddy. So make sure you come and join. That's next Friday. I will be at 10 a.m. and I'm going to be posting it here on the page as well too. But that's going to be fun. Desiree from Her Hazel Eyes, Jennifer from Kansas Science Designs, Melanie from Southern Crush at Home, Summer from Hammond's Nest. I am forgetting, and that is so bad of me. Angie from Angelie Monroe. She's branded under her name. Y'all, that's terrible. I know I'm forgetting. Julie from Julie's Wreath Boutique. Who else? They're going to come to my mind. I'm just having a brain fart at the moment, which is probably terrible, but that's what happens when you're almost 50. Let's do green. Can we find a cool green? I think I want like a light green. Not that light. That's probably too light. Ooh, that might work. These two might work together. And this one. Ooh, we could do plaid. That might be fun. I got lots of greens in here. I got lots of greens in here. Let's do some plaid. This one's too bright. And let's use these. We're going to use these. I probably need to scoot the camera down a little bit more. Let's see. Let's do his shirt this color. And then we're also going to do the brim of his hat. He's got a little brim of his hat here, so we're going to do that. So we're going to do this green. Oh, I think I love that. Yes, that is perfect. I love that. So let's do this one that way too. This is the little piece that goes on the brim of his hat. All right, let's dry that. Because we also have these to do too. So we'll maybe use colors from their clothes for the little patches. They each have some patches. She's got pocket ones, and he's got, I think they're on his shirt and his hat. Hello, Connie. How are you? You lived Holly Hobby? Oh my gosh, is that what you said? That looks just like her. That's so awesome. You are so right. I love that. All right. So these were the other colors. You did use that. Let's try it a little bit more. Perfect. 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 And then we're going to do his pants blue. We're going to do his pants like jean material. So let's do. This may not be enough of a contrast, but I'm going to try to do some plaid. I'm going to try anyway. And then we'll do one, one, and one big one. Oh, I think you are going to be able to see it. That's going to be so cool. Oh, yeah, you can totally see it. Except I think I got those lines a little bit crooked, but oh well. There we go. And then we'll do this side like this. We'll do thick one there. So I always do a series of thick and thin lines. There we go. And then down here, do a thick one here. Oh, got my finger in it. A thin one there and a thick one there. And then we'll just do. That is super cute. And then let's sand this one down a little bit. We want to sand this one down a little bit. I'm not sanding any of her stuff down because I think it's absolutely perfect. Oh yes, that's perfect. It's perfection. And then sand his vest. I guess we could sand her down a little bit, but I actually think it looks okay. Let's just get all these sanded real quick. And then, yeah, we'll do their shoes too. You could also put these on tape to sand them as well if you wanted. All right. Here it's coming together. We got to do his pants. Let's do his pants real quick. And then where's his green? Let's sand it a little bit. Put a little bit of the blue from the pants and the plaid. That would be cute. Let's figure out what blue we want now. ooh, that looks like a cool denim blue, maybe. That's what we're doing. All right. Oh my goodness, that's a perfect blue. And then we have these. Its little pant legs are cuffed. And I'm thinking of some other things for this because let's do blue buttons. Ta-da! He's got blue buttons. That's adorable. And then we get to have fun with all the pumpkin stuff because there's pumpkins too. That so I'm gonna sand these probably a little bit more because I want them to look like jeans. I want to see kind of sand them down to where it looks like you can see that stitch pattern on the pants. There we go. Let's do these that way too. I think these we don't have to do too much. We'll just go one way. Everything's flying everywhere. All right, let's wipe everything off and let's go ahead and we can start gluing this one on. Oh, there's one that's open. Right, we'll use this one. Oh, it's not. Well, that's what happens when you leave them open, Beth. I haven't been down here in a week and I left the glue open. That's what happens. All right, let's start putting these cuties together and see. Oh my goodness, that is so cute. Look at him coming together. That is so cute. Yes, I need to scoot this way just a little bit. There you go. Now you can see them all. Let's go ahead and do our black on the bottom of our shoes real quick. We should have probably done that before we sanded them. Oh, we haven't even used that one. It's a brand new one. Um, we'll just use this one. There we go. And then we'll sand these down when they're dry. All right. Let's see. We can go ahead and glue this on our scarecrow on duty words. We do still have a lot to paint, so we have pumpkin stuff to paint, which is going to be adorable. We have a like a hay bale. Oh, oh, oh! I need to sand that, and I just got it all wet. So cute. 3 in 1 bubble out. Yes. Oh, and I got the glue there, but I don't think you're going to be able to tell. There we go. You guys, we are halfway through September. Do you realize what that means? Like, we don't have very long until the end of the year. It just goes so fast at this time of the year. I always say that once September hits, it's just all over. It goes so fast. So, just like the scarecrow stands and watches, make sure you're standing and watching over your life the next till the end of the year. You don't want to get to the end of the year and be like, It was just all a blur because we all do that. We all get busy, we all get and then we just kinda don't focus on the things that actually truly matter, which is, remembering and building the life that we're having. You guys, I've been guilty of that a lot. I've spent a lot of years and I'm like, that was a blur. Like, what was I doing with my time? And I was doing things with my time. I was bringing myself joy. I was serving as mom. I was doing all of that. Um, but you get what I'm saying. All right, let's sand this part off of their shoes. Let's put it on him. He is almost done. We have his patches to do, but that's all right. Let's do those go that way, those go that way, those go this way. All right, I was trying to get them right. Let's go ahead and glue these on, and then we'll glue parts of his pants on, and it'll all fit perfectly. Let's see. Well, let's get those straight first. There we go. Then these go here, and then let's sand all these real quick. And we don't have, I didn't paint her little, let's do that real quick. Let's use this brown, or I'm sorry, this purple. There we go. Let that dry a minute, and then we'll paint it. So we also have our patches. There we go. And then this goes there. Ooh. Oh my goodness, that's cute. Why is there? All right. This is so cute. We're gonna make their cheeks a little bit rosy. So we're still gonna get some stuff done on them. So these, I think I'm gonna sand both ways. No, we'll sand it this way. I think we might sand her down a little bit, actually. I think we are going to. Just because we've sanded everything else down, so. Winter, yeah, you don't want to be a snowbird. I know. In and out of high school in 50 years and 20, right, Rita? It means 4 months to retirement. Yay, Deb. Did I? I didn't know that I knew that, sweet friend. I don't know that I knew that. Here's the other one. Well, congratulations, my friend. I actually do think I remember you telling me now. I think I do. That's exciting. And we're going to put that there. Oh my goodness. Y'all need this set. And then every time you walk by it, you'll be reminded of the scarecrow and, standing guard of our heart. Okay. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So let's figure out though, because let's go ahead and sand that stuff. It's all dry. Ooh, we don't want to use that though, because that's going to transfer yellow onto our piece. And I could probably keep that one, but this is why I go through sandpaper so fast. I feel like I do anyway. So I might want to burnish a little bit more because I don't want to take all of this away, but I did when I did this. So let's burnish it a little bit more. There we go. Let's do a little bit more burnishing. Oh, come on now. There we go. I think that's enough. Let's see. It actually may not be enough. Right? At least you'll be doing what you love. Amen to that. Amen. Deb is going to retire. And what is it exactly? Are you doing the quilts and some other stuff? That's so exciting. We need to dig into that. All right. Now we got some. Let's do her hat real quick. So this would definitely be something that you don't have to do twice like me. If you want the sanded look and you want it burnished, then burnish it after you sand it. All right, let's set him there real quick. Let's start putting her together. Actually, let's put these behind his arms real quick. Remember the part so it looks like his little hands. That is so cute. Look how precious that is, you guys. Overloaded on projects. I feel like I am too. I use a 220. Yeah, 220 is my favorite, but I also use 120 if I'm using it to get like scrapbook paper off. Yeah. But I would do a 220 or honestly maybe a 280. Probably need to buy a 280, honestly. All right, let's glue her on. Uh-oh, there's the hole that we poked out of it anyway. Her dress, and we have her shoes. Oh my goodness, I just adore this. Hold on, it's moving on me. There we go. There we go. Nope, there we don't go. There we go. All right, let's do this and let's do our little hair right here. This one goes there. This one goes there. Oh my goodness, she's so precious. She's just so precious. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? I do cut my own sandpaper. Yes. So this is the Gator brand. This is the Gator brand. But you don't just have to use the Gator brand, okay? Um, they literally only had the Gator brand when I was there, so I had to buy it. But there are other brands. You just have to make sure it says hook and loop. Okay. That's the Velcro part on the back. Okay. As long as it says hook and loop and it's this like what, maybe 4 inches, 3.78 inches. Um, yeah. And actually this one isn't Gator. Let me show you. All right. So this one isn't Gator. This is 80. I have a bunch. But see, it says hook and loop. Just make sure it says hook and loop. That's it. And then you can use anything. All right. We have his hair. Let's do his hair real quick. That goes there. And does this go there? Yes. And then we'll do his eyes. That is a lot of glue I just put down. Okay. Those are just so precious. I think I should have done their nose first. That's all right. We can still sand it a little bit. I want a really light color. Ooh, that's too bold. Maybe let's just use a little bit of paint. See, that's going to be too bold as well. It's just not the color I was going for. Ooh, we might have it in this one though. This one might be a great one to do because you don't really have to sand it to get that sanded look. Although it's pretty bright. Now it's dull. Look, I just took the brightness off. That's perfect. Let's do her nose. Just get it out of the line. Let's do the same thing there. It's called finger painting. All right. Let's glue her feet on. They go like that. And then we'll glue her little arm pieces on and these right here. And then we can finally get to painting the patches. So this is a little bit more of a detailed piece, but it is stinking adorable, you guys. And I think it's only $16. Um, if you want a really fun craft project that you just kind of sit with and enjoy the process, like you're not making it in bulk for gifts, you're not doing any of that. Um, I feel like there's two different kinds of crap creating we can do. Okay. And we need to be making sure that we are creating and really enjoying the process. It's not to say that you can't enjoy the process when you are creating for gifts, but think about what we've talked about today when we are talking about the scarecrows, because I'm gonna share with you a ton of my thoughts on it, like as soon as we're done here, because I have a lot of fun and thoughts on it. But just remembering to take some time, create for yourself. Um, And there's nothing to say that you can't make this as a gift, but enjoy the process of it. There's that one, and there's this one. And that yellow on this is just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. So here's the thing. If you wanted then to um maybe distress or antique this a little bit more, you could do a wax over it, like a dark wax all over it. So cutest little laser you ever saw. I think it's adorable. I love it, Deb. All right. So we still have all these to paint, and we're going to get to them. We have our bases here too. We should have just done our bases brown. Let's just get that done. Let's do that because we know these are going to be brown. And we're going to sand them too. Maybe. Let's pump it a little bit more. So I love, Deb, that you are leaning into just doing something with the gifts and ability with the gifts that you've been given. I absolutely love that. I love that. And we're going to sand these down too. So, but you just want to make sure you're always going the same way with your paint. It doesn't always make a difference in your acrylic markers, but um, it could if you're doing both ways. So just use acrylic paint markers the same as you would paint pens. If you know that you have to paint it in one way, brush strokes, then do the same thing with acrylic paint pens. All the edges done there and make it easier so my paint pen doesn't fall off the edge. Do you need to check out the masterminds groups, Beth in? Oh, Deb, that's a really good group. It's a really good group. You definitely, what I would encourage you to do, Beth, is join Brooks. Well, and we're gonna do it. I mean, I have business trainings coming up inside the VIP group too. Brooks teaches a lot on growing on social media. I'm gonna like if I'm gonna I can show people how to do email, I can show people how to do all that, but the ultimate vision that I would have if I were to do any sort of business coaching is just remaining staying true to your voice. Like I said, Brooke knows how to do email, she knows how to do all the things, but she focuses on growing your business on social media. And so my trainings, again, I can do all the things because I've done lots of things, teaching how you to set up email, teaching you how to do your Facebook, teaching you how to schedule, teaching you how to make graphics, teaching you how to market to your voice. But mine would all be centered around staying true to your voice, staying true to your voice in your email, staying true to your voice on social media, staying true to your voice in your product positioning. Because those of you that have been here with me for a long time, I used to just sell product. Like we were just selling craft kits, we were just having fun. But I've really leaned into these having meaning to you. Okay, that's staying true to my voice. It's going to look absolutely different for every other business out there. Okay. But that's kind of my focus would be just staying true to your voice and the vision that you have. Okay. For this haystack, I am going to do it this um, yellow that I did there, but I think I'm going to bring in a little bit of orange. Where was that orange? I think I'm going to bring in a little bit of orange too. I don't think this is the orange that I had. Yeah, it is. All right. And again, let's go ahead. I never cleaned this one off. That etching right there. All right. So we're going to let that dry a little bit. Let's look at these pumpkins. What do we want to do? Let's do some orange and let's do this one goes here. This one goes here. Let's do an orange one here. So, yes, Deb, definitely look into things like that because, I learn from multiple different people because the way a person delivers something is going to be different. It's going to be different. This one goes here, this one goes here, and this one I guess just sits. So let's do this one yellow. And we'll do the stem a different color. And we might lean into these lines a little bit. And I am going to, let's see, let's do this one green. And let's do this one. God said it's okay. It's time. I love that, Deb. Oh my goodness. And you know what? If he says it's time, then it's time. I love that. Absolutely love that, my friend. Let's do I think this orange is a little bit different. I think it's dried up. Nothing's coming out. I was trying to do like, oh, I think it's coming. Y'all probably don't want to sit and hear me bang on this, do you? Here it is, though. Here we go. That's more the orange I wanted. It does not want to come out. So I have to answer this. Hello? Hello? Yes? Yes? Are you there? Yes? Can you do it tomorrow? Yep, tomorrow would be great. That would be great. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. You too. Bye bye. Sorry. That was a phone call I had to answer. So I'm not liking this orange. I want a different orange. We might have to use paint. Let's try these. It's just not coloring the way I would want it to. And I'm going to put some coloring on it, but we're also going to sand it down. See how that's got a bunch of different colors in it? We're going to sand it down. And it's mostly along um the lines that are in our piece as well. I'm going to do a lot on this one because I want this one to have a lot. And we're also going to sand it down. Let's do a little on this one. Do it mostly at the bottom. See how that looks. And then let's see, these two will be fine. And we have a green one here. Let's do a green one. Except let's do a dark green and then highlight it with some white or some light, not white. Ta-da! You know what might work really good too? I don't know that I'm going to like those pumpkins. Let's try it. That one looks all right. I just don't know that I like the yellow ones. And that one looks good. Actually, I think it will look okay. Yep. So cute. So cute. All right. So we also need to bring some. Look how good that pumpkin looks. It's all different colors. Let's do it this way. You're going to get a better image, better vision there. So let's do some of the white. White might be a little bit too much. Let's just do a little bit right there. Let's try it. And then sand. So cute. Y'all, we're almost done. This is the last one. And then we get to put it all together. Oh my god. Oh no, it's not. We still have the patches to do. There's a lot of pieces on this little set. And for $16, I'd say that's a good deal. You are spending some time focusing on just other things in life. Maybe some of the relationships that are going on around you. Maybe who knows what you could focus on when you're doing this. That's totally personal. but just taking some time to spend with the Lord and listen to what He's trying to tell you. Because He tries to talk to us and we stay busy. We stay too busy. And the larger yellow might work. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll put some green in that one too. I think that you're correct. Let's do some of this. We'll see. Not sure, but we'll see. So technically, this would be really good to burnish on here as well. If you wanted to do some burnishing on your pumpkins. But I think that turned out really cute. All right, so let's go ahead and glue this one here. This one goes here. Oh, that's so cute. We didn't do the stems though. Those colors look so good together, you guys. Oh, that's perfection. Let's do the same brown that we did on everything. And this one, those are cute. Let's go ahead and do these two. Got a little pumpkin on your haystack. That's so cute, except I didn't sand it before I. So this one, you can make your lines in a lot more if you wanted because you have the like hay is going to look like streaky. Okay. All right. We're almost done, y'all. Let's get this gunk out of the way here. All right, we don't need those because we're going to put those in a minute. That's done. That's done. Let's work on our last little pieces and then we'll glue them together. And then we need to make their cheeks rosy and their eyes black is what we're going to do. Who's grabbed this set? It just got released into the shop yesterday. All right. So actually, let's do this in sets because this one goes there. This is the boy. Okay. So the this one is his pocket and this one is his hat. Let's do his pocket with this blue. And we are going to sand it down as well. And then maybe the light green on the polka dots. How about that? Let's do the light green on the polka dots. Cute. Now, let's do, I think I want blue on here too, though, because it's going to be up by his little, it's going to be up here by this green banner. But let's just go. We're going to, we're going to do an orange one. I know that might sound crazy, but that's what we're doing. He's not wearing orange, but his patch is going to be orange. And then let's do a yellow would be fun, but let's just do the green again. And that is messy if I've ever seen messy. That's all right. We're gonna sand it down. Good afternoon, Linda. Hello, Benita. How are you? All right, so our little scarecrow. We have one here. We have one here. And we're gonna put that one there. That's so cute. And this one here. Oh my goodness, those are just so precious. Let's do these. Let's do some, let's do the outside of this one, that light green color. This is taking me a while, you guys. I gotta make sure I don't forget Parker. Let's do orange. So that's gonna be cute. So that one's right there. That's adorable. And then let's do this one. This one is a squiggly one, just like his hat. Let's do blue. Let's just do the whole thing blue. I actually think I'm not going to do the squiggly lines because you're not going to be able to see them. Oh yeah, that's cute. And then that goes right there. Is that the right one? I don't know that that's the right one, you guys. I think that one's supposed to be here and this one's supposed to be there, but we're just going with it. It's fine. We're just going with it. Did we glue that one on? No. And I think that was the same. I think this one was supposed to go here and that one was supposed to go there. Whatever. It looks fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're going to sand these down too. So let's do their little buttons. Let's just do like white or cream. How about that? Let's do that. Mind you of your paper dolls? Yes. I think someone else said Holly Hobby, reminded them of their Holly Hobby. Yes, these were supposed to be on her and these were supposed to be on him. But it's fine. You would not be able to tell if I didn't tell you. Sand those down a little bit though. All right, we're going to take our really fine, probably not even that pen. Yeah, we'll take this pen. Let's color in those little eyes. And hers, and she's got little eyelashes. But the eyelashes are going to stand on their own. Just let that etching stand on its own. You don't need to draw them on. Just make sure that that etching doesn't have paint in it. Just right here. There we go. So for their cheeks, I want to give them a little bit of rosy cheeks. So I think, let me find a small. There's a small. I'm going to dry brush. We'll just use this one. Reminds you of your paper dolls. I love it. So I like the color of her dress. So I'm going to get a bunch of it out. And we're going to just brush a little bit. And actually, I don't even think you can see it. You can't. We need to just get some regular pink out. I'm going to use this blush pink. It's called Flamingo from Nicole. Afraid not. We just need a little bit. Just put a little bit of rosiness in there. She's so cute. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to get a picture of this for you guys. These are just so precious. And yes, boys can have rosy cheeks too. You could make them brighter if you wanted. There we go. I brightened his up a little bit. But those are just so precious. They really are. Looks a little bit purple because I think my brush is probably dirty, but it's totally fine. Totally fine. So then let's put all these up and let's show these to you because they're stinking adorable. And I'm going to go spray them with a sealer. And take a picture of them with you guys. Let's get all this up and then there we go. Ta-da. There we go. There we go. All right. Look how precious they are. So these are going to go right in here, just like that. Okay. And they're going to stand. They're going to be so cute. That one feels like it went down. There we go. Let's take the overhead camera off. How about that? Ooh, let's zoom out. How about that? How are you guys? Hold on, let me zoom out. Oh, that's the overhead camera. It's in a different spot on here. All the things, all the things. There we go. Oop, wrong one. Oh, that's not doing it at all. Well, I don't know. Let's just see them. There we go. I'll scoot this out. Those are so cute. Those are so cute. I'll bend down for you guys. Look at those. And then these, I'm going to glue. Like, I'm going to glue. Actually, I'm going to glue it just like that. I'm going to glue it to the back right here and there. That's what we're doing. We're gluing that one right here and this one right here. So it stands. That's precious. And then these, let's see, we could glue, maybe we could glue that right here. That would be cute. We need to darken this up a little bit. This needs some burnishing on it. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, but I think it needs some burnishing on it. But we could put that there. And we'll put that one there. That's a lot of yellow, though. We need to play with this a little bit more. And this one, I think I want to put right here. just like that. Wouldn't that be cute? Should have been behind his pants, but that's okay. Yep, I like it right there. Let's put it on his foot. Oh my goodness. Look how precious that is. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I love it. All right. So you have that one. And this one, we need to darken it up a little bit. We just got to do it. So let's get some brown. And this is chocolate sprinkle. We don't need very much, but we're going to darken it up a little bit. I just need it to look more. There we go. Much better. And then let's do one more thing. On my brush. Because here it is. It's the brown that we used, but it's a softer or it's a skinnier one. And we need that to do these little the things that tie the little pieces that tie your hay bale together. Okay. That looks perfect. So now we can put it behind her. So we're gonna put it probably right here. I like that. So let's put her in and see where we want to put it. Sorry, I took off the overhead camera, you guys. And then I don't know that I'm going to use that other board. I think I like it. It's just a lot of yellow. Is that too much yellow with the gourd there? Should I put the gourd there? I think it's so cute. Let's see. We're going to put it there. Let's just do it. Stand it up so we make sure it's straight. All right, I'm going to turn them around. You're going to see them. They're so cute. I get so excited. I actually really do. I love seeing these things come together. Look how precious they are. They are not glued in. Look at that. Look at that. I love that, you guys. So I want you to think about scarecrows are protectors. They guard what's valuable. And I want you to, the harvest. So we each have a field. We have our heart, family, our creativity, and all of those things are worth guarding. Okay. So, how do you guard those things like a scarecrow? Well, number one, you can guard your field. And so that means like setting boundaries. It means like choosing what you let into your heart. So when you walk past these, I want you to think about what the scarecrows mean, and they are protectors. And they're also silent teachers. They don't say a word, but their presence definitely makes a difference. So sometimes it's not about what we say, but it's in how we show up. Okay. Your presence matters. Even when you feel quiet, even when you feel unseen, you might be standing in ways that you don't really even realize. And so I want you to think about that scarecrows are silent teachers. Guess what? They only come out in the fall. So that can remind you that different seasons need different tools. Some tools God gives us only for seasons, and that's okay. You don't have to carry everything into every chapter. Okay. So I want you to think about that. Just like we decorate with scarecrows in fun ways around fall and Thanksgiving and all of that, each of us has a different way of guarding our hearts, just like these scarecrows. There's no right way to make a scarecrow. There's no one right way, okay? And that also equates to there's no one right way God works in you. Okay. Your story is unique, and that is the beauty. So I hope these little cuties inspired you. These are absolutely adorable. I love scarecrows now. I don't think I talked about this at the beginning. I don't think I've ever really she came out of her spot. Really have seen scarecrows in my life, like in real life, but I think I love them now. I think I love scarecrows, and I hope you do too. These are in the shop if you want to grab them. I have put the link below. Add some more green and lay it down. Paint the gourd green. Ooh, I could paint the gourd green. Yeah, we can paint it a different color, right? Because I do think it's a little too much yellow. So yeah, we might paint it green. I think I will. I think I'm gonna do that. Mm. All right. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's been a while. VIPers, I will be live inside the group at 9 a.m. Okay. And then again here on this page at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. All right. I love you guys.